Hey guys, welcome to this week's podcast episode. I'm really excited about today's guest, Andrew Murdoch. He embodies all of the four different types of freedom: time, financial, location, and health. He's a business YouTube strategist. And if you found it very hard to grow on YouTube, he's here to explain how to hack the algorithm, how to grow your business, how to scale it. And I'm really excited to have him on the show. Andrew, welcome.
Thank you so much. Where do you want to jump in? Where do you want to start?
Yeah, well, one is talking about this YouTube, because you talk about it as a super powerful platform, but most people I talk to, they find it super hard to grow. It's like hard. It's almost like, yeah, no, it's like, how do you get hold of YouTube?
Yeah, really great question. So the trick, the secret, if there is a secret, is learning how to rise above the noise. And I've been contributing in some fashion or another to building YouTube channels since 2018. I've been involved in dozens and dozens of YouTube channels. And recently, I just launched a brand new YouTube channel with a business that I partnered up with. And we only have 2 videos on the channel so far and a handful of shorts, but we're approaching 2,000 views. And it's because we know how to execute on best practices. So of course the question is, okay, Andrew, how do I rise above the noise? Well, the idea here is that there's always this battle, right, between paid approaches and organic. And if I'm being honest, I'm definitely an organic guy. I definitely side with organic, evergreen, aggressive YouTube strategies, because why? Well, they're more exponential, because every business owner, every professional, every entrepreneur only has 3 inputs into your business. There's only 3 levers that you can pull on, right? I don't care what business you're in, you only have 3 levers: people, time, and money. And one of my clients, Cameron Harold, very, very successful business coach, all kinds of amazing accolades, he talks about this all the time. And when I saw one of his videos on YouTube talking about people, time, and money, I realized, wait a second, that directly ties into YouTube. So let's start with number 1, people. Every single time you as a professional, you as a business owner, you as an entrepreneur, every single time you hit the record button, you are effectively cloning yourself. So if you dedicate yourself to making 1 video a week, well, now at the end of the year, you have 52 clones. Some of them are working harder than others. Some of them are lazier than others, just like real people, right? But the point is, at the end of the year, you have 52 clones that are working for you 24/7, 365, whether you're asleep, whether you're awake, whether you're with your family, whether you're on vacation, whether you're called in sick, no matter what, you've got 52 clones. And that's only if you did 1 video a week, right? So, and then on top of that, staying with the people input, when you pump out content, you are effectively attracting your ideal clients, your ideal viewer, your ideal prospect, and you're repelling the wrong ones, because you're a human being, you hit the record button, you're a professional, and just you being you, it's naturally resonating with certain viewers and repelling the wrong viewers, which is fantastic, right? So That's the people lever, right? How about time? Well, we all have the same amount of 24 hours in the day, right? We all got to sleep. We all got to spend time with our loved ones. We all got to work on the business. And how can we leverage our time more effectively? Well, it goes back to what I was just saying. The more clones that you have out there, the more effective you are with your time. Some of my more successful clients, shall we call them the more successful clients? They have hundreds and hundreds of clones of them on their YouTube channels. And so no matter what they're doing, if they're taking a sabbatical, a 6-week sabbatical, their clones are working hard for them 24/7, 365. So again, they're leveraging their time much more effectively than another professional in the exact same industry, because they found a way to operate at a size that almost seems more larger than their actual size, right? If you take 2 businesses, all things being equal, let's say they're in the same business, they have the same amount of prospects, they have the same amount of products or services, they have the same maybe both businesses both have 10 employees, but business A has a YouTube channel and business B doesn't have a YouTube channel. Business B says, oh, we don't have enough time or money or patience for YouTube. We're just going to keep making phone calls. We're going to keep emailing our clients. And yet business A, they're generating thousands, maybe tens of thousands of views a day, and they don't have to email anybody. They don't have to call anybody, but their brand is reaching that many more eyeballs, right? And then finally, money. Well, I don't care how successful your business is. You only have so many finite resources that you have access to. Every business has a limit somewhere. Some just have a higher amount of limit than others. And again, if you find a way to leverage your marketing strategy so that you're getting more bang for your buck, meaning you're using an evergreen approach, not a paid. If you're nothing against paid, there's definitely a time and a place for paid approaches. Okay, I'm not hating on paid, especially if it's a time-sensitive thing. Maybe you're doing a product launch, or you're launching a community, or launching an event that has an exact time, day and time. Clearly, having some paid approaches to promote that event is a fantastic strategy. But paid is, well, it's paid to play. And sure, those platforms will put your brand in front of targeted eyeballs as long as you're going to pay those platforms. And as soon as you want to stop paying for those platforms, then they're done. And I have to share this one last thing before I pause and pass the mic over your direction. But a friend of mine, he's in a very sexy business. Okay, he sells office furniture. I know, super sexy industry, right? Well, before they had a YouTube channel, they were spending $30,000 a month in ad spend across the typical platforms that you might expect: Facebook, Google, what have you. Well, today, fast forward to today, they now spend $0 on monthly ad spend, and YouTube now pays them about $30,000 a month in YouTube ad revenue. So this business found an expense, reduced that expense to $0, and turned that expense into an additional revenue stream for their company. How many times would you want to do that for your business? I think any entrepreneur, business owner listening to this podcast right now would say, as many times as possible, Andrew. It would be crazy for me not to. So that's how I like to think of it.
And it's interesting because, one thing is I have a growing YouTube channel as well. Basically, you don't know we'll talk about mastering the algorithm, but the more you post and, the more interesting it is, more engaging, it recommends those videos. You get more views, followers. Talk about one thing that I get quite frequently is outreach from Indian YouTube SEO experts, and if I'm not sure if there's a scam or whatever, but they always say your YouTube SEO is off and all of that. How do you talk about YouTube SEO?
Oh, that's a great question. Oh, I could probably talk our entire allotted time just about that. But before I dive in, just to back up to the other thing that you were saying, you raised a really good point there. There is that conversation between volume, quantity, and quality. Yeah. In my humble view, you need a healthy dose of both. You really do need to be targeting at least one video a week. If you do any less than one video a week, it is going to be a grind trying to get. It's going to be hard. It's just trust me on that. It's going to be hard. And are there exceptions to the rule? Of course. Mark Roper, famous YouTuber, he publishes most of the time one video a month. And typically what I have to say when my client says that to me, I'm like, I'm sorry, you're not Mark Roper. I'm sorry. Like he's the exception to the rule, not the rule. You need to be feeding the YouTube AI data so it can do what it does best. And I like to consider the YouTube AI like a data hungry velociraptor. You got to feed it in order for it to do its thing. So that's the one reason. The other reason is we're not going to concern ourselves with optimizing for the algorithm. We want to optimize for people, because the YouTube AI is only a machine. It's measuring human behavior, human engagement signals. The YouTube platform doesn't hate your content if it's not performing well. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. YouTube is just simply measuring what people are doing when they land on your video. It's measuring everything a person does and everything a person doesn't do. And if YouTube isn't serving your video content to new eyeballs, I'm sorry, it's because it measured really negative engagement signals, and the people, the viewers, are telling YouTube this isn't very good content. And then YouTube goes, oh, I'm not going to serve it to anybody else because we need to serve good content to people. So wanted to, preface that first. Now let's go back, talk to the main question. SEO, great question. So I get those people messaging me as well, which always makes me laugh because I'm like, you clearly didn't look at my LinkedIn profile before sending me this DM. I'm a YouTube professional. I'm a consultant. I'm a coach. I've been doing this for years. I'm very, very good at what I do. I've got a long track record of helping people. And then I go to look up the person who's DMing me, and I'm like, "Where's your credentials, man? Where's all where are all the raving positive testimonials for you helping people? I don't see any positive reviews about you." So the frustrating reality for those people is that the data doesn't lie. 10% of the views on the YouTube platform, I'm talking globally around the planet, right? Only 10% of views are a direct result from the search algorithm. Okay, now words matter. So let's zoom out here and define some terms. When people talk about optimizing for the YouTube algorithm, they're using the wrong language because there's more than one algorithm. There's algorithms. There's one algorithm for search. There's one algorithm for browse. There's one algorithm for suggested. There's one algorithm for playlist. And the AI oversees all of those algorithms. Okay, YouTube switched to an AI model back in 2013. You know how these days everyone's talking about AI this, AI that? Kind of makes me laugh because I've been using AI for years because YouTube was an AI model back in 2013 and never adjusted since. Okay, it's been using this AI tech to ensure that we're serving the perfect video to the perfect viewer at the perfect time. That's all YouTube is obsessing over 24/7, 365. So YouTube wants to put your brand in front of the perfect prospect at the perfect time. Well, that to me sounds like a match made in heaven because every brand out there is struggling to put their brand in front of the perfect prospect at the perfect time. That's why it's a match made in heaven, right? So if only 10% of the views globally are a direct result of the search algorithm, then what's the big deal? Well, 75% of the views that are generated globally are a direct result from the recommendation algorithms. There's two of them, and I've already mentioned them, browse and suggested. So for those brands, those entrepreneurs, those professionals that really want to dominate their niche on the YouTube platform, which is the #2 search engine on the planet, the #2 website on the planet, and in some metrics actually show it as the #1 website on the planet, #1 search engine on the planet. If you look at certain metrics, then you need to be paying attention to optimizing your content for recommendation algorithms, not search. But your next question to me might be, but Andrew, what if I'm launching a brand new YouTube channel? What if my channel has plateaued? What if I'm not seeing any new growth? So I want certain videos to be optimized for search. Great. There's fantastic approaches out there. I would not, if you're on a tight budget, if you're starting a brand new channel, I'm going to give you the secret sauce right now. For anyone listening or paying attention to this conversation, this is where you want to grab your pencil, okay? Make some notes. Grab your phone, start making some notes. You know the most valuable asset you can use to optimize for search? It's free. It's called the Google search bar or the YouTube search bar. Go into Google, go into search, go into YouTube, type in a search query, something that your prospects, your clients are asking you constantly. Those kinds of questions that you find yourself answering over and over and over again to the point where it's almost like annoying you now. Go into YouTube, go into search, start typing it in. An auto drop-down box menu will populate, okay? And it stands to reason that the first option at the very top will have more search queries than the one at the very bottom. But really, you can make videos on all of those that auto-populate, auto-fill. Go into YouTube, make videos on all of those. That's your title right there. That's what people are searching for in Google and YouTube. Make videos on those. That's fantastic. Better yet, go into some of your competitors' YouTube channels, go to their most successful videos, go to their most recent videos. Don't watch the video. I'm not asking you to watch the video. I'm not asking you to copy anybody. Just pause the video, scroll down, go through the comments, common themes, look for some common patterns, look for some verbiage, some wording that keeps popping up over and over and over again. Whether it's positive or negative, I don't care. Look for patterns that repeat themselves and then make videos on that. And then finally, go into Google Trends. You'll notice that Google And YouTube, they don't provide the data to all of these different keyword SEO platforms that are charging you monthly fees. I'll be honest, YouTube and Google does not actually let their data accessible by those platforms. And in fact, it's not even accessible to the public. You go to Google Trends and you start searching for search terms or keywords, it'll give you a prorated. So of the different options that you're searching for, the most popular one will be rated at 100. That doesn't mean it got 100 searches. It just means that's the most popular search out of these different terms that you're measuring against each other, right? But that's another tool that you can access that's totally for free. So do those three things when you're creating content and trying to optimize for SEO. Don't worry about all the paid options out there. You're probably just wasting your time and money.
Yeah, it's interesting. One question people may have is so let's say you're kind of early middle stage YouTuber. You don't know what's gonna stick, and let's say you have one video that's a hit and then another one that's a flop. If you leave that video that's a flop on your channel, does that hurt your channel, or should you leave it, take it off? What is your recommendation?
Yeah, really great question. So I'm not a big fan of deleting anything off of my channels or my clients' channels. Why? Because at the end of the day, we're not entertainers. I mean, you could argue that we should be creating content in an entertaining way, absolutely. But we're looking to attract the perfect prospects, the perfect viewers, so that you can I'm telling you, this is the winning combination right here. Treat your YouTube channel as your top of funnel. And the wider you cast out that net, the more likely you're going to funnel the perfect prospects down to become your paying customers, your paying clients at the bottom of the funnel. So when you think of it that way, I don't care if your video blows up and goes viral or if it falls flat. At the end of the day, those videos are serving an audience that potentially converts your viewers into a lead. And a portion of those leads will convert into paying customers, paying clients, so that you can grow your business. So when you think of it from that approach, why would you delete any of your clones? Why would you delete any of these videos? Because some are more active than others, but even if the video is an underperformer, as long as it's attracting the right audience, that's all that really matters. And because that video is an underperformer, maybe it's only because you picked a topic that is targeting a smaller audience. So every video, every clone that you add to your channel will have different objectives. You should be thinking about your content strategy strategically. Certain videos will be designed to go more broad to a wider audience. You're going to be collecting a lot more viewers that have very different viewer profiles. Some will be perfect customers of yours, others won't. And then other videos, they'll be designed to go more narrow, more deep. Maybe it's an hour-long webinar, or maybe a long presentation that you gave on stage and you were able to capture the recording from the event organizer so that you can add it to your YouTube channel. But it's you going super deep and narrow on a very specific pain point or problem. Well, clearly a video like that is not going to capture a lot of views, but it's got a much better, greater likelihood of attracting the right views. That's how I feel about it.
Interesting. So all about viewership. As we kind of come to a close of one last one is this idea of YouTube, the role of YouTube Shorts and viral video. Was it vertical, viral video, short form content marketing? What are your thoughts on that, and how does it incorporate into the strategy? And then how can people follow you, contact you, reach out to you?
Yeah, that's a really great question. You're touching on a very timely topic because YouTube Shorts are relatively new. They're still relatively new. We haven't had them for very long. Obviously, it's YouTube's of capturing additional attention and competing with some other platforms that are really popular for short format vertical content. This is how I feel about it. I've done a lot of experimentation. I've done a lot of testing, given this a lot of thought. I'm constantly consuming content to make sure that I'm applying best practices for my clients' channels. And the truth is this: if your shorts are attracting the wrong audience, absolutely stop posting shorts. That's true. I'm generalizing when I share this, okay? I am absolutely generalizing. So I would not take my advice seriously because I would need access to the person's YouTube channel, actually measuring the data to see what the data is telling me. And then I would be able to give concrete, specific advice to whoever this applies to, right? So that's disclosure, right? Like a lawyer or a financial advisor saying, hey, listen, don't take this advice too seriously because it really is on a case-by-case basis. Let's be honest. When you go to a restaurant, you had a fantastic experience, are you going to remember the appetizer or are you going to remember the main course?
The main course.
You're going to remember the main course. Yeah. In most cases, 99 times out of 100, long format videos is the main course. Okay, your shorts are just an appetizer. They're a nice to have. Right? Yeah. That's how you want to treat it. I promise you, you can't go wrong. That's how you want to treat it. You're going to generate way more revenue, way more influence, way more authority, way more reach through long format content. You just are, right? And you can go ahead and post shorts to your platform. And then when you make those shorts, you could obviously leverage those on other platforms as well. The trick here, though, is don't upload any short format content with a watermark from another platform. So if you download the short from your YouTube channel, there's going to be a YouTube short watermark on it. Same thing for TikTok, same from all the platforms. Never upload short format content with a different platform's watermark on it. It will be negatively treated when those algorithms recognize that there's a watermark from another platform. Okay, so that's a hack for you to pay close attention to. Yeah. But for the most part, I'm generalizing here, shorts do tend to attract a younger audience. If you are targeting an older demographic for your business, then I would argue posting shorts may actually cause unintended negative consequences to your channel. And I would advise you to not be posting YouTube shorts. But if your shorts are attracting the right kind of viewer to your channel and not negatively impacting your existing content, great, go for it. But what some businesses and YouTubers, content creators are finding is that the best solution is one channel for their long format content, one channel for their short format content. And to answer your other question, our website is YTE. You're probably most likely to reach me on LinkedIn. I just find LinkedIn to be the most adult of all the social media platforms out there, shall we say that? Yeah. Less trolls, less haters, a lot more serious conversations happening on LinkedIn. And we have an online course. Sorry, what's that?
More legit.
Yeah, more legit, right? Well, I mean, when you have a conversation or interact with someone's comments and you're actually looking at their profile image and you can actually see their name, I find it a lot more beneficial for everyone involved. Call me crazy. I don't like having a conversation with Blazer 687. It just seems like a waste of my time, so I don't bother, right? And any professional that is taking their business serious probably feels the same way. But and then aside for that, some people have more time than money. Other people have more money than time. So we do have offers for anyone out there that is looking to grow their business, no matter what their budget is. We even have an online course. But and that online course is at yt4business.com. But as you can tell, I'm a huge geek when it comes to YouTube marketing for businesses. Yeah. And happy to help anybody that is looking to improve their business goals through YouTube.
Yeah, great conversation. Really, and I mean, YouTube. I mean, that's one of the best platforms if you can really build it. It takes a lot of work. And then let's thank Andrew for coming onto the show. Really, some really golden nuggets of wisdom about YouTube marketing, content. All of his resources will be in links and show notes. And with that, thanks so much for coming onto the podcast.
Thanks for having me.